So, rating on Mal, or anywhere for that matter, means next to nothing. It gives you a general guideline of whether a show is going to be good or not. But that's just the general consensus, the public opinion. And I'm fully aware that with this I'll be shouting into the void. With the amount of Mal forums that have been made on the topic, and nobody's cared, I know that no one will care about this. But I wanted to talk about it, so here I am. So as you can see, we're on Mal's top anime page, and well, I'm sure if you've been paying attention to the anime community recently, you'll understand what I'm on about, especially if you saw the thumbnail. We're here to talk about the FMA one spamming. Quote unquote one spamming. Now, on Monday, when the final episode, well, Monday a week ago from when you're watching this, because this will be going up second week of June. When you're seeing this, the day Fruits Basket the Finals last episode came out is the Monday for me. But enough yeah. So, Fruits Basket the Final hit number 1 on Mal, and suffered the fate that pretty much every anime that hits 1 on Mal suffers. Like Gintama the Final, Attack on Titan the final season, although that dropped again because of popularity with the fact it has over 1 million members now, whereas Fruits Basket and Gintama haven't quite reached that level, with Fruits Basket not even having 500,000. But Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Why am I mentioning this? Well, this has happened before. If we have a look at the statistics for Fruits Basket's score, we'll see that it has quite a lot of 10s, a very high percent. 54.8. Really good. A lot of people like this show. I'm one of those, although I give it a 9, because I don't think it's perfect. However, then you'll see we've got a very natural decline in the score. Yep, gets very low to 2%, and then there's a very stark increase with 1s. I mean, hell, it has more 1s than 7s, with 4.4% or 2,953. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, that doesn't seem that weird, there's just a lot of people that hate it. Well, if you think that it gained basically 2,500 of those in a single day, moments after, well, not moments after, but those flooded in after hitting first on Mal, things start looking a bit sus. Were those votes fairly cast? Probably not. Because this has happened before, as I said, with Gintama and Attack on Titan. And it's the Full Metal fandom, who want their anime to be number 1 on Mal because they get some sort of self-gratification from it. But like I said, Mal score means shit all. Like, it really does. FMA being number 1 on Mal doesn't mean anything. Fruits Basket being number 1 on Mal doesn't mean anything. Fruits Basket being higher than Full Metal doesn't mean anything. It doesn't even mean that it's better. They're in 2 completely different genres. They're 2 completely different stories, 2 completely different shows. And yet, there are people in both communities that are immensely petty and childish. You have the Full Metal fans mass downvoting Fruits Basket and mass upvoting Brotherhood, and then you have people in the Fruits Basket fandom trying to counteract this. Now, is trying to counteract it childish? To an extent, yes, because they're also mass downvoting Full Metal to try and lower its score. But there are also people trying to boost Full Metal's score by spam voting at 10s. Now, how many 10s and 1s did Full Metal get? Couldn't tell you. No idea. I haven't looked into that. But what I do know is that Fruits Basket gained an absurd amount of 1 scores in a very short amount of time. And the same thing happened for Gintama, which also overtook Full Metal. And again, Attack on Titan, the final season part 1, which also overtook Full Metal while it was airing. Now, I said that score doesn't matter, and I've made that point very clear, because it doesn't. But there's still got to be some extent of fairness, quote unquote, within this. If people start rating it with downvotes and the like, that's not a fair representation of the show's popularity or the show's score, because it's been mass downvoted for the sake of making FMA number 1. And you could say that this is a natural decline, given that how tight all the scores between 2 and 4 are. If Fruits Basket had been second and then dropped to 4th, that would make perfect sense. Hell, it's joint 4th. But given that Fruits Basket has a score of 9.18 before the incident, and now has a score of 9.09, that's quite the drop in such a very short amount of time. So yeah, Full Metal fans and Fruits Basket fans, grow the fuck up. It's just an anime. Which anime is number 1 doesn't matter. It never will matter. You're not going to gain friends because you watch and think the most highest rated anime is the best anime. No one will give a singular fuck. No one should give a singular fuck. It's a number. It's a ranking. A ranking that is almost entirely irrelevant. Especially when you get to the higher scores. Like most shows on MAL that get an 8 are definitely worth watching for the most part. The only shows you really need to look at for whether they're going to be a good watch or not is shows that are like 6s and like the low 7s. Because for whatever reason 7 is average on MAL. Which again is another proof that the scores over here really don't make a lot of sense. Given that on its scoring system, 5 is average. Is what you know how it gives like 10 is masterpiece, 7 is very good, 6 is fine, 5 is average or okay. So in reality, average shows should get a 5, but they don't. They get a 7. It's very peculiar. But yeah, I don't really have anything to add to the whole Fruits Basket Full Metal argument because I don't really care all that much. Now you might be seeing my score for Full Metal and think that perhaps I've downvoted it from a higher score because I'm petty and like Fruits Basket more. And while I do like Fruits Basket more, I do genuinely think that Full Metal is just solid. It's not peak fiction. It's good. Like, it's good, and I rated it a 7 because a 7 is good. But do I think it is a masterpiece? No. I have a few things that I didn't... It's not necessarily things that are, like, tangible things that I didn't like. Just personal things where I didn't fully 100% enjoy it. So I gave it a score that I felt it deserved. A 7. Because I think it's a really good, solid 7 out of 10 show. And Fruits Basket is a very, very good shoujo. And it's also a genre that I prefer over Battle Shonen in a romance drama. So of course I'm going to rate Fruits Basket higher because of my preference in genre. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say on the topic. Again, I'm shouting into the abyss. I'm fully aware of that. But I wanted to get this out there and put my thoughts into words and leave them set in stone, I guess. Perhaps my opinion will change. I doubt it. I'm very stubborn, but it might. But if there's anything you take away from this, if you watched it this far, is grow the fuck up. It's just anime. This is coming from a pretty heavy anime fan. Grow up. Please. The scores don't matter. But anyway, that's all for this little mini rant. I've been Animosity, you've been you, and hope to catch you all next time for another video. Ta-ta for now.